Yo, it's your boy Roderick, and welcome to the Ohio Tech Frostwolves Dynasty imported team builder series that I've been wanting to do so bad. As you see, this is going to be an amazing series that we're going to put together, but we're going to start with our coach. Our coach is Caleb Hartman, and he's an unknown D3 head coach that was much a recruiter that got seen by the AD here, and he wants to bring a sense of urgency but talent to this team, and he has a mountain to climb to do it. So as we talk about these rosters, things will make sense as we move along. Now, our team does us no favors. Our best player is a punter, and we have so much to do to get this team to where they should be. As you see, we're 59 overall with a 59 offense and a 59 defense. And what can we do to bring out the best in the players that we have to play this season starting? And it's going to take a lot of recruiting. It's going to take a lot of finding the right pieces to get this team to gel, because we're not going to win right away. We're just not. We are going to struggle, we're going to stumble, but I will say there are some key pieces on this team that can truly help us win the game, and it all starts with our leader, the quarterback. Now, you have Melvin Turner III. He is probably the most athletic person in the room. He can run zone reads and really do great bootlegs, but he's inconsistent with his accuracy past 15 yards. So being able to put the ball down the field is definitely going to be a problem, and sometimes he can struggle under pressure if he doesn't see the game his way. Now, Melvin will win you some games, but he most certainly will lose some games for you as well. As you can see, his throw on the run is something to behold, but his throw power is under the 90 ball, and his awareness is not great. So he's a serviceable starter in this MAC conference, but what can we do to build him up? And hopefully we can use him to where we need to use him and not have to look into something else. But he is a great team leader. And with this team full of freshmen and sophomore being transfers from other teams or starting, Melvin is going to be that leader that brings us there, and for that he's going to be our team captain. Now, as we check out our halfbacks are our bread and butter of this offense. Deion Cole may be the best one in the room with 92 speed. Acceleration is mid, but if we can use him to our advantage to go north and south and gain big runs, I think that can help us as well. As you see, as a 3-star player, he just runs downhill, and hopefully we can use him, but without overextending him, because he will most likely be the lifeblood of this team. We'll need to lean on him more than anything to be able to create those bootlegs and play action plays. And he has vision that can really set an eye for things coming and moving forward. So we're going to have to be able to use him the best way we can without tiring him out, because he's going to be important to us. Being an impact player, development trait, is going to be amazing, and his potential and his ceiling is very high. So we are going to have to use him, but he's a great player for us, and we're going to also make him team captain. There are other running backs in the backfield that will come in handy for us when he gets tired, and that's Jamal Price. Jamal Price really can be a north and south blocker, but he has normal depth trait. He has limited agility, but he's excellent in pass protections, things we may need for the play action pass. So he's going to be someone we look for in the future. Now, our wide receivers are probably the worst on the roster, starting with a 71 Deshaun Carter, and as you take down I mean, you just get into the 50s and the 60s, but being in the 50s doesn't mean it's always bad. We have great players with speed as a 59 overall, and that is in Ryan Neal. But we're going to talk about Deshaun Carter first. He is going to be receiver number 1, and although he doesn't have great speed or great hands or route running, his elusiveness is great. So if we are able to use him and put him in a position to win, it should work for us. He can be shifty in space, and good after the catch, but again, his hands are inconsistent. So getting the ball out to him quick in wide open spaces without getting tackled should be good for us to continue to work him in this offensive system. Now, Marcus Fields is going to be that guy with 87 speed. We're going to use him literally for everything. He's going to be our gadget wide receiver, where it may be screens or bubble passes or even, sweeps. He could be so much for us, and we have to be able to use his speed against defenses that overcommit and blitz and leave places wide open. So where we have these moments, he's gonna come very open. And then Ryan Neal, as I said, one of the fastest guys on the team with 89 speed and 89 acceleration. We have to be able to put him in this game and be a piece. Although he's 59 overall, we could turn him into a superstar, because I feel like his ceiling, as you see, is great. We can use him to our abilities with him being tall. I mean, jump ball city. He could cut on a dime. So we can't sleep on him. I mean, just big catch radius and just limited separation though. But he is definitely going to be our red zone weapon. And Tyler Knox is somebody as well that we could use maybe in the future. But he does have physicals that is the second level. So being able to optimize his roster where we can use it and be serviceable to us is something that is going to make this team great. How we're going to do it, I don't know yet. But that is on Coach Hartman to figure out. And then Cole Bennett. Again, we have speed here. The hands are subpar, but again, just because they're lower overall doesn't mean they can't contribute to this team. And we're going to see how we can get them into this system the best way we can. Now, our tight ends, he is probably one of the best, if not the best, hands person we have on this team, and that is Luke Hammond. And our backups beyond him are not so great, so we're going to try to use Luke Hammond to our advantage because he's a physical route runner. And if we can put him in position to win against linebackers, against safeties who are shorter, I think that will be enough for us to get to where we got to go. But we have to be smart. Again, our quarterback can't throw interceptions. We cannot, give away the ball. We have to limit those turnovers, and we have to take what we're given. Caleb Hartman has to be able to dial up awesome offensive plays and be able to make those things work for the greater good of the team. Because if not, we lose. And you look at some of the backups, you have a 50-50 ball type of tight end with his physicals, with, again, great hands. But route running and speed is not the best. How can players like this with lower overalls be service to this team? Now, our offensive line are not much to talk about. They're nothing to write home about. And as you see, we're going to struggle up front. There are going to be things that we truly will not win on because our offensive line cannot muster a drive together to really make it work. And I think the best person that is good on this O-line is our center. He's the only person that actually is close to being 80 overall, and that is Jake Hollis. He can guide this team with the great IQ, with the awareness to be able to handle the shifts for the quarterback if he sees blitzing. But this offensive line is going to need a lot of work, and I realized that the game is going to be built in the trenches. We're going to have to really build this up when it comes to recruiting and be able to find people who want to play for us, but with the talent that we need that can really help us get to where we want to be. It's just an understatement because, again, it's a losing battle going in with a team that we know that is undersized, undermanned, and under-talented, but you just have to be able to win when you can and not give up the big plays, and that's where these group of people come in, and that is the defense. Now, our defensive line is somewhat okay, but the people who are going to win it for us will be two people, and starting with one first, that's Joshua Townsend. He is our left edge rusher, and he's going to have to win the day. He's a pocket disruptor, and he has great just presence when it comes to power and being able to disrupt the pocket. So we're going to have to be able to, shoot the gaps, send, stunts and blitzes so he can come free to be able to sack the quarterback. And because of his tenure on this team, we're going to set him as a captain because we believe in him and we think he's going to be the life force of this team. Now, the other good player on this team will not be from the right edge. Garland is lacking so much that we may not be able to depend on him. And we're definitely going to have to look for more depth when it comes to that. But our defensive tackle, Jaron Love, is going to be a person that will live and die. If we can create pressure up the middle to the quarterback, we have a success rate at winning more games than not, getting more sacks than not. His strength is unimaginable, and being able to finesse his way through the pocket with quick acceleration, Jaron Love will be someone that makes us have to think, right? He is mobile, he moves very, very fast, and he gets across. But again, stunts and blitzes will really rule the day if we're able to make him work. Now, our linebackers are actually pretty decent. Let's talk about our Sam, and you got Taj Cole, who is great in coverage, right? Out there in the zones, and can be someone that we will use a lot in zone packages. He has great speed, and his man is not so great, so putting him in man may not be the best, but the pursuit and the awareness of knowing what the plays are will be something that we look at, right? And you talk about the will linebacker, which will be the other outside backer. Octavius Terrell, even though he's a 69 overall, has so much potential and so much to give from an upside standpoint. We just have to be able to trust that they can get into the right position if we do the plays that we need to do and not get them out of position, because the acceleration and the speed is very good and unimaginable and can tackle. So we have to be able to learn and not give up the big plays here with our defense. But the person that's going to set the tone will be our middle linebacker, our Mike backer, and Chase Freeman. Chase Freeman is a dog. He is the second best player on this team beyond the punter. And with the speed, the strength, the power, he's going to be the signal caller. He's going to be the one that we all look up to on that defense front, because he can move quickly through a defense and diagnose a play with the quickness and be able to get the tackles where we need. And so hopefully we can use him in places that we can dial up blitzes and make things work for us. And for that, he's going to be another team captain for this defense. Now, someone else that could be of service is Bubba Van Claiborne, who is a pretty undersized backer, but also could be decent with a heavy upside. His IQ is not as great, but he'll help out as well. Now, our secondary is probably one of the weakest beyond the receiver core and offensive line. because depending on if teams run spread or 5 wide, we could be in trouble here. And we have a man in Jaden Bowie who is a 5'11 cornerback. He may get beat deep a few times. He may not be able to get a tackle in, but being undersized doesn't mean you're not scrappy. And he's a scrappy player. He's someone that I can go to war with because he's going to fight every play, regardless if he gets, head tapped or not. If he gets mossed or not, he's going to go up. And for his work, we're going to make him a team captain because he has that grit and that grind that we want to have. And our free safeties and strong safeties are pieces that we're going to have to look for because it's not all there for us. And again, there are going to be plays that we're going to get beat deep. They're going to be out of position. But how much can we limit those? How much can we, again, put the guys in the right positions to succeed? And I trust Coach Hartman that he is going to look at each game plan and look at each team that he's facing and make sure that he is, doing what is necessary to put his team in position. Because again, these are pivotal pieces, but if we are able to stop the run and force them to pass and we can just pin our ears, maybe that is good for us. Our safeties will be a pivotal key in what we're doing, but how much will we really need them if we can get home with the front 4? Now, our special teams unit is something that actually is something of a positive. We have 2 kickers, one that is 70 overall, that's Ian Wells, but he has a 90 kick power. That helps us out a lot, but his kick accuracy is 72. So when we have those long distance of kicks, can we do it? And our punter, Matthew York, is the best player on this team with 93 kick power and 84 accuracy, where we can coffin punt those things and really put people in a bad field position. As we know it, this team needs a lot of work. And the question that we should ask is, what are we going to do to change that? We're not built on tradition. We're not built on history. We are built on the foundation that we can be a better team than yesterday, and we can be the best team today. Line us up with your best 22, and we'll give you our best 22. This is a series that is about to take over and be such a fun ride, and I hope you all are here to enjoy it. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.